Hello, my name is Kiriath, and today we are also going to take a look at a new chapter of Codex. Space Marines, that's right, you can't get rid of me today. You've had a video this morning, a video this afternoon. Will there be one tonight? No, probably not. But we are going to take a look at this. I don't know why I built that up as though that was going to be an answer anything other than no, because 3 uploads a day is a great way to get YouTube to look at your channel and go, cut that out, son. There's no need for that. So, let's have a look at whatever this is. This has just popped up. I have to admit, I clicked on it and immediately I recognised this picture. Do we recognise this? Do you recognise this, lads, lasses? This is that image we saw ages ago that was super pixelated. It's the one that had the speeder in it, that had the version of the impulsor, the gladiator, whatever it's called. I forget the name of it. The impulsor with the turret. And then the bikes in the top right. It's that image, the massively pixelated one. They've used it. I don't think they've used it before now. They may well have done, and I simply can't remember. But there you go. Look at that. I mean, we already knew all this stuff existed. So in a way, pointing this out is a complete waste of time. But now we know. Now we know where that came from. That's the important bit. And I say important in the loosest sense of the word. Also can't talk. Anyway. So, the biggest and best ever edition of Codex Space Marines is up for pre-order this weekend, and over the coming days we'll be taking a peek inside its covers to showcase some of its most exciting features. Today we're looking at the chapter tactics for the first founding chapters and the most famed successors, and how you can even choose your own successor tactics using the new book. So, let's have a look. First and foremost, for the first time, the new Codex includes chapter tactics for all 9 Loyalist first founding chapters, as well as the Death Watch and those successors whose renown almost rivals that of their parent chapter. They are, of course, talking about the Black Templars, who are infinitely cooler than the Imperial Fists. So, cue angry Valrak noises. So, Blood Angels get Red Thirst, Flesh Terrors get Fury Within. Also, Flesh Terrors are arguably more badass than Blood Angels. I'm sorry, but it's just the truth. Deal with it. Imperial Fists get Siege Masters, Crimson Fists get No Matter the Odds, Black Templars Righteous Zeal, White Scars, Lightning Assault, Dark Angels, Grim Resolve, Space Wolves, Hunters Unleashed, Iron Hands, The Flesh is Weak, Ultramarines, Codex Discipline, Salamanders Forged in Battle, Raven Guard, Shadow Masters, and Death Watch get Xenos Hunters. You're shocked by that last one, I can tell. Even though the names may be familiar to some of you, no, that's not correct, is it? Even though the names may be familiar to many of you, some of the chapter tactics have undergone subtle changes that really help to hit home the character, attitude, and fighting methods of the chapter. Take the Space Wolves, for example, whose hunger for glory and ferocity on the counterattack are legendary. Well, I mean, it says legend, but legendary makes way more sense. The new chapter tactic means that now it's not just their characters who can make heroic interventions, but all of their eligible units. So, Space Wolves get Hunters Unleashed. The Space Wolves train their whole lives from the moment when battle is joined. After a long hunt tensed for the kill, they spring forward to devastating effect. I don't know why I read it like that. Each time a model with this tactic makes a melee attack, if that model's unit made a charge move, was charged or performed a heroic intervention this turn, add 1 to that attack's hit roll. Nice. Units with this tactic are eligible to perform heroic interventions as if they were characters. It's cool, it's nice, I like that. That's funky. Heroic interventions, just for anyone with that tactic, is a nice touch. Nice. Meanwhile, the Blood Angels are notorious for their barely controlled bloodlust, although it's not as bad as the Flesh Terrors, let's be honest. But it's not just about their killing fury when in combat, they're also chomping at the bit to get there in the first place. So they get Red Thirst. Though they strive to restrain it, the murderous ferocity of the Blood Angels simmers beneath the surface of their thoughts. In battle, this rage drives them towards the foe and lends great strength to their blows. Add 1 to advance rolls and charge rolls made for units with this tactic. Excellent. Each time a model with this tactic makes a melee attack, if that model's unit made a charge move, was charged, or performed a heroic intervention this turn, add 1 to that attack's wound roll. Okay, so some similarities there, but slightly different. So in the case of the Space Wolves, it's adding 1 to the hit roll. In the case of the Blood Angels, it's adding 1 to the wound roll. Again, nice and thematic. Dark Angels may be a secretive bunch, but one thing they never hide is their stoic determination in battle and martial prowess when their feet are planted. So, Grim Resolve, the stalwart descendants of the Lion, are renowned for their unshakable resolve, enduring tenacity and strict fire discipline in battle. Each time a model with this tactic makes an attack, unless that model's unit has moved this turn, add 1 to that attack's hit roll, excluding pile-in and consolidation moves. And each time a combat attrition test is taken for a unit with this tactic, it is automatically passed. I really like that. That is very well in keeping with Grim Resolve. Just not moving, standing there, taking your lumps and carrying on. Excellent. So then we have a pick and mix. That's not all. If you've created your own Space Marines chapter, you'll be pleased to know that this codex includes full rules for creating your own successor tactics too. All you need to do is pick the 2 successor tactics that best identify the character or playstyle you have in mind from those listed, and boom, instant chapter tactics. A few examples. So if you like purging heretics from afar, Bolter Fusillades with rigorous drilling and singular focus, this chapter trains its battle brothers to optimise the killing fury of their bolt weaponry and annihilate their enemies in firefights. Each time a model of this tactic makes a ranged attack with a bolt weapon, reroll a hit roll of 1. Nice. Long range marksman, this chapter's warriors are able to extend the maximum effective range of their firearms through a combination of modified targeting rituals and precision adjustments by their skilled armourers. Add 3 inches to the range characteristic of rapid fire in heavy weapons. Oh, I like that. Models with this tactic are equipped with. I really like that. That's, yeah, I don't know what it is about it, but it just tickles my fancy. Or if you prefer a more hands-on approach, there is Hungry for Battle. For this chapter's warriors, all else is but a prelude to the glorious moment in which their warrior's charge crashes home. Prelude? Prelude? Prelude, probably. Add 1 to advance rolls and charge rolls made for units with this tactic. Yep, nice. And Whirlwind of Rage. Like ravening beasts, this chapter's battle brothers fall upon the foe, like me, upon a blue steak. Each time a model with this tactic makes a melee attack or a pizza, if that model's unit made a charge move, was charged, or performed a heroic intervention this turn, an unmodified hit roll of 6 scores 1 additional hit. Again, like that. You cannot select this tactic if you have already selected the Duelist's tactic. See opposite. Will we see the Duelist tactic? No. So it's difficult to see opposite. Opposite being, opposite of that. The opposite of what's on my screen is my shelves with all my models on. It's not there. You'll be shocked to learn. With 19 successor chapters to choose from, you'll be able to pick the perfect combination to suit your needs. So, any of that tickle your fancy? Anything grab you? Anything you're particularly excited about? Anything just hit the right spot? Let me know in the comments below. In the meantime, feel free to click all the things, Patreon, video, subscribe, all that stuff. You know the drill. And as always, there's an affiliate link in the description which you can use to support the channel. It's entirely up to you. I leave it in your capable hands. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Even though the names may be familiar to you, some of the chapter tactics have undergone subtle changes that really help to hit home the character, attitude, and fighting methods of the chapter. Even though the names may be familiar to you, many of you, Jesus Christ!